appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So, you grew up as a gymnast and a dancer in Vancouver.
Yeah.
How did this develop into your love of yoga?
So I grew up, so I was a professional dancer for maybe about 12 years of my life. And then with that, I did gymnastics and acrobatics. And then I wasn't going to take it up professionally ever, but it was still it was a significant part of my life that meant a lot to me. You know, I grew up with it.
Yeah.
And not being able to pursue as a career just by choice wasn't really my field.
Yeah.
I decided to take yoga as a way to integrate and to preserve that into my lifestyle, just to keep hold to it.
Yeah.
So moving to Hong Kong, I felt my practice, and that's the way I was able to integrate my flexibility, to be able to hold on to my flexibility and strength. Not be able to lose it, although I'm not as flexible as I was before. I'm still able to hold on to the muscular endurance, and I love to add it into my classes.
Yeah, it does kind of go hand in
Yeah.
hand, doesn't it?
It does, especially with yoga. I mean, for me, it's been able to boost me up with my yoga, you know, because I have that muscular endurance already from my past as a natural gymnast. So I'm able to just keep it going, keep leveling up my steps as a yoga practitioner.
Yeah, amazing. So you're the founder of Janu Tonics. This is Cynthia.
Golden Drink.
Yeah. So tell us how this business came about and your journey.
It's a funny story. I mean, if you were to ask me 3 years ago if I would be a founder of a food and beverage drink, I would have never said, I would have never thought that. But you know, it grew organically, and it came from my travels to Bali, because Bali has a secret space in my heart. I go back often. So I went there to develop my practice as a yoga teacher, and then within that time, I stayed there for about 2-3 months. I discovered Jamu from the local street vendors, and they drink it every morning as a way. It's like their version of TCM, so they drink it every morning to revitalize and to nourish their bodies. So I lived off it while I was living there, and then moving back to Hong Kong, I was like, no one's doing it here. Like, why is no one doing it here? It's such an amazing, nourishing beverage, you know? So that's where I brought in. I kept going back to Bali, refining my recipe, bringing it back here. Now I make it with love, and I try to share it with everyone in Hong Kong. And it's not an easy product to sell. I mean, people aren't really familiar with what a tonic is. People think of it as a juice, and that's a big misinterpretation. A tonic is made with herbs and roots, and it's made with ingredients that have healing properties, whereas a juice is usually made with fruits as a refresher, you know? But tonic is just made to heal you. So Jamu is an anti-inflammatory, and it helps to purify your liver and to just maintain youthfulness, and that's why it's favored upon in Indonesia.
So going back to yoga now, what kind of yoga do you specialize in?
Naturally, because I'm a gymnast and acrobat, vinyasa flows just naturally to me. I mean, because of the strength and the muscular intelligence that my body has, I like to integrate that back into my practice and share it with others. And vinyasa flows to me because the way I can empower you and empower my students. I want them to feel strong. I want them to feel their body with every motion, every movement. So I love to empower people through my practice. And I want to be soulful. I want you to feel like you're liberating yourself in a sense, like breathing, feeling like you're getting your body outside of the practice in itself. Soulful, and then I want you to leave sweaty. So that's where it all comes in.
Well, we were definitely leaving sweaty.
Yeah. Not a workout though. It's just a powerful flow. Yeah.
So on from that, I know that it was Greg's first time doing yoga today.
Yeah.
And so as a
You're great. Yeah.
But as a newbie, what sort of changes are you expected to feel and notice when you first start doing yoga?
As you start as
I guess body and mind.
Yeah. So as you start a practitioner, everyone starts into it for the physical.
Yeah.
You know, people coincide yoga as the physical practice, the asana, not really knowing that there's 8 limbs of yoga, which I'm not going to get into, but yoga is huge. I mean, it's a lifestyle, it's the way you think, it's your perspective, it's a yogic lifestyle. So everyone starts off as the asana practice. And of course, when you first start the practice, the physical practice, it's challenging.
Yeah.
You start to learn how to integrate breath. Maybe you don't even know how to breathe properly. You hold on to your breath and we're like, just chill, just breathe. That's all you gotta do, you know?
Yeah, it's like the most natural thing for a body to do.
And we walk every day so unconscious of the breath. Like sometimes we don't even realize we're breathing. Like we need to be actively breathing. Like it's a part of our lifestyle. Breathe and be aware of it. But it starts off as the physical, and then as you start to develop your practice, then you start to think more on an intellectual level, and you start to question yourself. And I think that's where spirituality and the rest start to come from practice.
Okay, so do you have like 7 sort of life lessons that we could take away today for something, one day of the week that we could wake up and sort of live by?
I do. I wrote them down. I have a few. Okay, so one is let love rule for everything.
So follow your heart.
Yeah, let love rule. Whatever it is, if you're ever doubting yourself, just let love rule. I mean, I feel like the universal mantra, why we're here, placed on earth is to love.
Yeah.
If there was no love, I mean, if everyone loved each other, there'd be no wars and nothing. So let love rule. Second one is let that shit go. Like, don't attach yourself to anything. Forgiveness is another one. Like, even if maybe you are, maybe someone did something hurtful, like, practice forgiveness doesn't mean you have to take them back in your life, but just be able to let that go, you know? Yeah.
Otherwise it just becomes like toxic.
It does become toxic, and it just sits right here, and you're still subconsciously thinking about it all the time.
Yeah.
What else would I say? Oh, be the energy that you want to attract. So, I mean, it's law of attraction. Be the energy that you want to attract. And then you attract those. You attract those who are you. You don't attract what you seek. You attract those who you are.
Yeah.
That's 4. I would say taking time to do nothing in your day kind of brings back everything into perspective. Maybe just, we're always walking, we always have thoughts in the mind, people talking, music in the ears, so just like hanging out by yourself and just have silence. It brings everything into perspective. You know, you get new meanings, you find new messages coming in. Another mantra or thing to go by would be observing. I would say observe the thoughts that go across the mind, you know? Like, what are you thinking all the time? What's this main thought that keeps coming into your mind? Like, is it your ego? Like, practice to bring down your ego.
Okay.
Because sometimes we just think, we have constant thoughts. Maybe they're different thoughts that we have, but they all have the same meaning. Maybe they're all negative. Maybe they all have the same connotation towards something.
Yeah.
Like, what are you feeding your mind?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that makes sense. And maybe like something like embrace change or something.
I mean, be open, be receptive to change. Be open, be receptive. And you know, my last mantra, the last thing to go by is fucking live your life. Like, I mean, do you want to wake up every morning and, like, I want you to wake up and I want you to think back. I don't want you to regret anything. Like, if you were to pass away the next day, like, have you lived your life to the fullest? Like, every day I wake up and I'm like, I'm so blessed for my life. Like, I'm doing, every day I'm living life to the fullest. I'm doing what I love to do.
Well, I think that they're, amazing mantras for us to kind of take away today and remind ourselves every day just how lucky we are.
Yeah, totally.
Thank you so much for taking your time.
Yeah.
Oh, and have safe travels.
Yeah, thank you.